Hey guys, this is Captain Frugal reporting for duty for my top and bottom 3 comics of the week. Yeah, where I check and say what my thoughts are. So let's dive in. Alright guys, so we're doing September 20th of 2022. It's top and bottom comics of the week. For those of you that are new to the channel, these are just my thoughts. Don't get too mad. And if you do, go ahead and put those comments down below. So, if you like loud rock and blues music, just good music in general, great comic books, and fun games, you're at the right channel. So let's check it out. Now, here we go. I'm going to first today start with my top 3 picks. Once again, I can't read everything. I don't have the opportunity to read everything or the time. There's only so many hours in a day, but these are mine. So I read 10 comics this week. That were not old back issues anyway. 10 recent comics. All right, so my number 3 was Deceased War of the Undead Gods. Yeah, Deceased War of the Undead Gods. I gave this book, this is number 2, by the way, of 8. I gave it a 7.25 out of 10. Guy calls Brainiac an idiot in this issue, and that sells it so well there. If anybody calls somebody an idiot, that's great that Guy Gardner is calling Brainiac, get it, Brainiac, an idiot. I just love that, and he even explains why. That might sell this issue for me enough right there. The art could be better in this issue, though. I really wasn't a big fan of the art style. It was passable at best, but it's a solid story, and I'm enjoying this story. But I guess I should be a little sad that Sinestro is not going to be around to see it. Yeah, read the issue and find out what I mean there. I don't think you can go wrong. Once again, this is Deceased War of the Undead Gods, number 2 of 8. I gave it a 7.25 out of 10. My number 2 was Batman/Superman, World's Finest. Yeah, number 7 it was. I gave it a 7.3 out of 10. Who is this Keymaster? I say this sort of joking. I cannot help but not think of Ghostbusters when I hear Keymaster. It's a fun story and it has decent art. Not the best issue in the series so far, but it's 7 issues in and it's been a strong title. I gave it once again a 7.3 out of 10. If you haven't been reading it, I'm not a big Wade fan either, and that says a lot. I'm trying to make sure people know I'm not letting it, at least to the best of my ability and knowledge, not letting it influence my decisions. I gave it a high score. All right, my number 1. And this surprised me this week. DC has swept Marvel in the top 3. My number 1 was Flash, number 786, where I gave it a 7.5 out of 10. Once again, that's Flash, 786. Fun story, really is. The art is decent. I give it that. This continues. This series, Flash, for a long time has been one of DC's most consistent, decent to good, every issue titles. It really is. Probably next to Batman, and maybe even more so than Batman, it's been consistently good. So once again, 786. If you are a Flash fan, it's probably been a good couple of years. All right. Now, before I do jump into the bottom, I want to take a moment to say, hey, thank you to these people here. And I want you to be able to thank them too. Without them, this channel would not be possible. They support this channel with Patreon and Subscribe Star and get to reap the benefits of doing so. By the way, if you want to join and help out, you can join for as little as $1 a month. And that gets you special videos. They're just for you. Sometimes additional choices. Sometimes I give free giveaways in there too as well. Sometimes you get things early, and on top of that, you get a whole catalog of music that I supply that you can use for your videos if you want, or just to listen to. You can download them. Speaking of the videos and things like that, I'm actually starting to consider releasing. I released one already, backing tracks. So if there's any guitar players out there that want to fill around or learn how to solo or just add on to a song, you can use those backing tracks and do that. Those are fully available to anyone so far. Just so you know, right online on the good old YouTube. All right, with that said, let's move to the bottom of the bin. The dumpster fire, the poops. You know, really this week wasn't anything super highlighted. You think my high was 7.5. It was just a meh week. It was an okay week. It wasn't a bad week. It just wasn't a great week. So let's hit my bottom. Hit my bottom. Oh, please don't hit my bottom. My number 3 of the bottom of the week was Black Adam number 4. Once again, that's Black Adam number 4. It was a better issue than last issue. Last issue I did not like much, and this one picked it up, had decent art, and the story continues to progress. This is issue 4 of 12. I still really can't say I recommend this miniseries of 12 issues yet, but we'll see how it continues to go. Hopefully it'll improve and at least maintain decency. All right, my number 2 at the bottom. We're sinking low here. Avengers Forever, number 9. You know, this one's been so up and down, but this one just didn't. Well, let me explain why. Avengers number 9 only gets a 6.9 out of 10. First of all, that cover on this issue sucks. That is a terrible cover. And I am not doing it to go down to be rough on Carol Danvers. Anybody that knows my channel knows that actually I'm a Carol Danvers fan. I particularly like her first several series of comic books. I know they haven't done her too well for the last few, but this one, her current one, is not actually that bad. It's been pretty decent. But this issue, that cover on this issue was terrible. The art was not good at all. The story was pretty good, though. It was much better than the art, I'll give it that. And that's really what took it down so bad, was the art was just atrocious. It was an opportunity continually dropped. Just a big mistake all around. So once again, Avengers Forever number 9, only a 6.9 out of 10. And my bottom of the pile, the one that's rotting in the sewage. You know, the one that minus Will been edited by Heather Antos. It has that quality to it. It was Dark Crisis Young Justice number 4. Does not make me happy. 6.8 out of 10. Dark Crisis Young Justice number 4. You hear my papers moving. That's my notes here. The art was okay at best in this issue. The writing was completely childish. And it seemed that they're once again the writer's trying too hard. He's trying too hard to be cool. And I know this issue, if she's trying to mimic the previous, you do go a little childish on it. But this is just too far. It's like failing. It's like trying to be that hip person when you're not. And this scares me for another reason that I'm going to get into in a little bit. So once again, that was my bottom. Dark Crisis Young Justice number 4, only a 6.8 out of 10. Now, there were some that didn't fit in between there, because I read 10 comics. That was only 6. So let me tell you about the other ones. The other ones were DC vs. Vampires All Out War, number 3 of 6. I gave it a 7.2 out of 10. I'm not a fan of this art style. The story continues, though, to be interesting, and I do like that. And I want to see more Booster Gold in this series. I hope they do him right. Let's see some Booster Gold here. Let's give him a little credit for once. He never seems to get any credit for anything. Because he has the potential to be incredible. All right, another one that didn't make it to the top or bottom was Nightwing number 96. I gave it a 7.18 out of 10. You know, this issue is incredibly predictable. If you read the previous issue, you've realized that, Blockbuster finds out that, it's a spoiler, it's a month ago. Blockbuster finds out Dick Grayson's identity. Nightwing's identity is Dick Grayson here. And so what are you going to have to do? You're either going to have to kill that character or do a mind wipe or brain damage, something to that order here. And there's another baddie that's been running around. And I'm going to hint there, that's going to lead to what happens to Blockbuster. And it was decent art in this issue. So once again, 7.18. All right, I also read Avengers number 60. Maybe I should add a little flair to that, right? If we're going to do that, we're going to do it right. Avengers number 60. All right. I give it a 7.01. Nice cheap shot at Apple in that issue, by the way, at Apple products. Ooh, that was a good cheap shot at the Apple brand, which is something I always find funny is all these people rocking their iPhones are all telling people, trying to be the moral police of them, on things, but they're all, capitalism stinks and all this stuff, not realizing that, hey, you're on an Apple phone, buddy. That's, different story all the way. Anyway, so I do commend the writer for that. That takes a little guts there. This issue is clearly a filler issue. It's okay, but really, you don't need it. You can skip this issue. It's 100% a filler one-issue story. So, sometimes that happens. And that's what this one is. It's cute, but that's pretty much it. All right. So another one I read was Iron Cat number 4 of 5. I've been enjoying this series. I gave it a 7.17 out of 10. The art continues to be pretty good in this series. And the story of this issue was a little slow. They drug out a chase part a little long. And let's be honest here. They think that Tamara has been killed, you find in this issue. But let's be honest. Do we really think that's the case? Because remember, Black Cat and Tamara there had a plan. Could this be part of the plan? You think? Sort of obvious writing there, I would think. Now, keep that in mind. As I said, there was something else I wanted to briefly talk about, too. All right? And thought I'd save it for the end here. There's been, in a lot of these issues, there was advertisements for the new Robin Tim Drake series coming. Which, to me, that would be a great thing. Because Tim Drake, I like him. I've read all his issues. From the miniseries through his own series. So knowing it's finally going to get some attention and get his own miniseries was a yes. But sadly, I looked at who the writer was. Yeah, the writer is writing Young Justice, Dark Crisis, Young Justice, so I don't have a lot of hope for it. I just don't. Not the way that's been written, and looking at it, what she has done and written, I don't have high hopes. And then the cover art, if that's what the art's going to be like based on that advertisement, it's a miss too. So it's the only reason I think they're going to use the bank on this one is just to use some popularity with Tim Drake. They're probably going to focus on his sexuality in order to try to pump up attention to this series, because they clearly didn't put a top tier writer or a top tier artist on this book. I don't give it much of a chance. I'll check it out, but I don't have high hopes. I don't have high hopes. Yeah, I sung that poorly intentionally. I'm not warmed up anyway. I would have sung it like crap anyway, let's be honest. So with that said, everybody, I appreciate everything that you've done sticking through with me here to this point. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Until next time, keep it frugal.